So one of the most obvious ways for restaurants to save money is to focus on safety. The most common claims that we see with restaurants are slip, trips, and falls and material handling. So when you think of material handling, there's big, bulky, heavy items, 50-pound bag of potatoes. You got to be trained properly on how to lift that. And the other one is slip, trips, and falls. So that's the most common claim you'll see coming from a restaurant. It's pretty common with wet floors. They slip, they fall, they hurt themselves. So having slip grip shoes, proper footwear is going to help alleviate that risk. Another thing to focus on is having a clean kitchen. Unfortunately, with so many responsibilities, keeping a clean, sanitary kitchen can be difficult. The reason you want to focus on this is, number one, you don't want any of your customers getting sick from cross-contamination or foodborne illnesses. You get someone sick, there could be a potential claim there, which would ultimately increase your premium. Another thing for keeping kitchens clean is you're going to get an inspection, typically 1 to 4 times a year, and this is done randomly. If you have too many violations, you could potentially get shut down until you get your kitchen clean and get those things corrected. This could maybe have a business interruption claim. That's something you don't want to go through. That's going to ultimately increase your premium if you file a claim like that. Another thing to think about is having a wet Ansel system. This is pretty common. Most restaurants do, but some don't. Depending on the size of the job, it could cost anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000. So it is an investment. However, having a wet Ansel system in place will open up some different markets. More insurance carriers will want to write you if you have an Ansel system in place. So basically it creates more competition. So you could potentially save money by switching from one carrier to another if you have a system like that in place. Another thing, pretty easy, is you could just increase your deductible. So I've run into a lot of restaurants who they haven't had claims in 10 years and they have a $1,000 deductible. You could potentially do a $2,500 or a $5,000 deductible and save on your yearly premium, and you'll make that up over the years. I will say, if you are going to increase your deductible, I would have some money set aside to be able to pay that deductible. So if you go from a $1,000 to a $5,000 deductible, it'd be wise to have that money set aside in case there's a claim. And lastly, this kind of seems like a no-brainer, but you should shop your insurance. I know restaurants, being as busy and the stress that they're going through these past couple of years, it's something that just doesn't get the attention and that it deserves. So for a restaurant owner, if you're looking to cut some costs somewhere, food costs is going up, labor is going up. If you can find labor, looking at your insurance policies is a way to save money, possibly get better coverage, and continue on with your operation. My name's Becker, restaurant insurance specialist with BCF Group.